Hey everyone, this is Shanta, and I wanted to come on and do this video talking about my experience with the ketogenic diet because I'm going to be mentioning it in a timeline video about that's more so about my hair, but I have to mention, the keto diet in it. So I wanted to do a video just to give you all more so of a understanding and overview of what happened in this timeline that I was on the ketogenic diet. I want to preface this by saying that I'm not dissing the ketogenic diet because honestly, it may very well be the best diet for me considering the issues that I have, being predisposed to diabetes. Basically, probably actually diabetic. I need to say predisposed, but considering my family history with all of the cancers and things like that, there's a lot of studies that show that not eating sugars and things like that starve cancer, and of course, not having excess in sugar helps with your blood sugar levels. And I did definitely witness that for my time while I was on a ketogenic diet. But it's just mentally, it wore on me, and I I just need to, I guess, get myself back into a different mindset to be able to handle it. But I'm not saying not do the ketogenic diet. So that's why I never really went on to, my Instagram and was like, hey, come do this with me. Hey, do that with me. Maybe it would have motivated me, or maybe it just would have spiraled things more mentally for me, because towards the end, just the whole sheer, I almost want to say that in this aspect, being on keto basically kind of made me have a eating disorder of sorts. Because my focus became so much on what can I eat, what can I eat, what can I eat, what can I eat. And it's not even the fact of the matter that I was hungry, because on the ketogenic diet, you eat so much fat that basically you don't really feel the sensation of hunger to me, but it was just like I just crashed into this wall of just feeling so deprived all the time. And I think that's just a matter of, it's just something in here, but it's kind of like, I feel like I'm kind of broken now, because since stopping the ketogenic diet, like I do a lot of like binge eating and things like that, and it's just really hard to kind of get it back into a mode of control. And I kind of feel like it's because of the fact that at its core, keto is basically extreme calorie restriction, but you're satiated. You don't feel it. You don't feel that you're only eating 1,200 calories or 1,500 calories, because the fat is so filling. And then on top of it, it's fairly easy. You can always find, keto foods anywhere. You could go out to eat, is no problem. It's very easy. All you got to keep in mind is those 25 net carbs, and you're good to go. I don't want to make this into a video where I'm explaining keto, because there's a lot of videos out there, but just kind of want to giving you the backdrop of it. So November of 2017, my doctor told me that my A1C was at a 6.1, which is pre-diabetic, according to her. Now, I've had a long experience with diabetes. My mom was diabetic. My maternal grandparents was diabetic. My grandmother, she was actually a double amputee due to her diabetes. And I had gestational diabetes with one of my two children. And basically, what that tells me is that a lot of what causes this to trigger in my body is my weight. When I was pregnant with Madison, that's the baby that I had the gestational diabetes with, I had ballooned up to about 190 when I was pregnant with her. And so I had that diagnosis. I actually had to take insulin while I was pregnant with Madison. Fast forward to Brooklyn, who is just, 2 years and 6 months younger than Madison. I didn't have it at all. But Brooklyn, I didn't get above 165. And so it seems to be that the closer I creep towards 200, like about 180, it seems to be the trigger point, because I was 185 when I got the test results with my doctor. And when I went back to my doctor, I was like 161, and I was down to 5.4, which she was satisfied with, to not have to put me on insulin or the pill or anything like that. So it definitely seems to be connected to weight for me. And so I did it when, because I didn't want to be put on medication. I'm not quite 40. I'm creeping on 40s, walkway, but I'm not 40. I didn't want to start taking a whole bunch of pills, as this clock is winding down. And so, she allowed me to take the time to get it under control with my diet. And so I wanted the quickest thing to get me there. And everybody had talked about keto, so I did it. In theory, it seems like, this is great. You can have, meat, cheese, eggs, things that I like, things that I do, enjoy eating. But it's just not really, but I'm also coming from the aspect of, being vegan for many years. I enjoy a lot of fruit. I enjoy a lot of vegetables. And you can have that, but it's always a matter of counting it. You have to, you have to be counting these things, like your all of that. You have to, onions, like so many things that you don't even think have carbs can be very carb laden, and you have to account for all of it. And after a while, I got to the point where basically I was just eating the same things. I just got very bored, and it was like mentally I could not even figure out like different. Like I had no motivation to cook in a ketogenic way. It just, as the months went on, even though I was getting the results, like just my drive to eat this way just kind of went down. And I honestly feel like I went into a bit of a depression that I just wasn't motivated to do anything. And I lost my hair because I wasn't eating enough protein. Like I said, it's not necessarily that the keto diet causes hair loss, but if you're not careful, your protein can be very, very low. And that's basically what I had done. I had taken things down so far that I started losing hair in this area, and then they basically mirrored each other. Like I said, I have a video where I'll go into more detail about with pictures and stuff like that so you can see. But it was all basically, tied to my protein. I got a protein powder, that Isopure. I got that, and I started taking that every day, just trying to make sure I got at least 100 grams of protein every day, and it improved immediately. But and my hair came back, so that is the good thing. But it's definitely something that you don't want to play with. You want to definitely be keeping track of your macros, and you don't want to get too lazy with it, because that is definitely the possibility. But at the same time, if it can definitely cause you to become so hyper focused that, like, for me, I feel like it kind of caused a bad relationship with food. And I'm trying to work through that and try to have moderation and try to figure out what in the world I'm going to do, because since going off keto, I haven't gone completely back up to 185. I'm 174, so I'm 11 pounds away from it. So hopefully I don't get that far, but I'm sure at this weight I'm probably triggering my A1C to be up. I know it's not going to be where it was those few months ago when I was in the 160s, 150s. So I need to get it back down before I go back to my doctor. But I'm just having an issue of just trying to get back into a regimen of eating properly, even to go back to like trying, let's say, vegan keto. I bought cookbooks and things like that to try to get it, get back into the hang of it. But it's just really, really hard for me right now. So I'm just trying to find a place where I enjoy the foods that maybe I really missed, like my fruit and things like that. But, you know, trying to just have more moderation to it and include exercise to try to maybe, you know, see if I can get the weight down without going back onto keto. But if after a while I can't seem to get it, then I'm gonna have to do something, you know. Medical diagnoses are in the way, and I can't play around with, you know, having a medication given to me because I can't, you know, control what I eat. So just wanted to pop on and just give that bit of history about what was going on, how did I get there, how did I get to this point. I will, like I said, do a video where I basically, you know, talk about the effects that it had on my hair more directly and show pictures and things like that. If you have any questions, you have any suggestions, you know, please feel free to comment. Like I said, I'm not dissing keto, and in fact, I may be going right back to it, but it just kind of triggered a lot of stuff, you know, that I really wasn't prepared for. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.